All right, so let me get my notes here. So we're here, we're in Capricorn season, and we're in the new moon in Capricorn. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me. I'm so grateful to be sharing this energy with you all. I personally love Capricorn energy. I am a Virgo sun, Sag moon, Cancer rising, really a Virgo Libra cusp. So I actually have all four elements in my chart, but the next kind of most popular placement on my chart is Capricorn. So I'm like a Virgo Capricorn. I'm just probably the most annoying earth sign you've ever met, but there we have it. And when I was initiated, actually, if you've come before, you've heard this story, but when I was actually initiated into my practice, I have a lot of guides that I work with, and some of them are here, some of them are in my larger altar right next to me, but all of them stepped aside and one deity came forward, and that was Saturn. In the Babylonian tradition, I mentioned that I have Babylonian ancestry. His name is Ninurta, and it was like this name that was just repeating in my mind. And I had an interest in the history before, but it was like unreal, and it was like he was there with me. And my medicine name is Precious Thunder Warrior, and Saturn wisdom, Saturn energy is also actually thunder wisdom and thunder magic. We're not going to be getting into the thunder as much today, but if you feel that kind of thunder and lightning with you, then by all means channel that in as well. So when I think of Saturn, I'm thinking in the Babylonian context of Ninurta, who is basically the original Hercules. He's the son of Jupiter of that tradition. He is a thunder warrior in his own right. He carries a mace of thunder. He is a god of thunder. He's also a farmer. He is the father of all farming. And ancient Babylon, ancient Sumer, they were originally farming communities. So he's considered like the father of mankind because of that. And he's also the bringer of writing. So that is an energy that is available to you, but not necessary. Sometimes we prefer the divine feminine. So I will also be calling in goddesses when the time is right. So you can work with whoever you feel comfortable. Saturn and many other traditions, in the Greek at least, and the Roman, which is another tradition that I personally work with, is Kronos, or Saturn to the Romans. And that was actually Zeus's father. So kind of the opposite, as actually now the father of Jupiter instead of the son of Jupiter. But that's more the energy of kind of the old gods, the old energy. And again, there's that connection to the earth and connection to agriculture. So Saturn is sort of at its heart about earth energy, about tapping into the earth, and about tapping into kind of working with cultivating the life that we want. How perfect then that Capricorn and Capricorn season is an earth sign and is all about kind of like discipline and responsibility and regulation. So I I personally love that, and I could go on about Ninurta and all this stuff, but we'll be meeting him during the second meditation if you would like to work with him. Otherwise, it'll be, whoever you like, but I'm gonna at least, I feel, at least enough of an overview that you have a sense. And Ninurta is actually here. He's behind the candles. Maybe during the meditation, I'll kind of pull him up and show to you, but that's only if we feel it's relevant. So what I love about Capricorn, I personally also read the tarot. I'm a teacher, healer, Reiki master, and reader. So the tarot, what's amazing is that in the tarot, the Capricorn is represented both by the Hierophant and the Devil. For those who are returning, you might remember in the summer I do a class on Babylonian magic and wisdom and healing and all this good stuff. So we talk a little bit more about kind of Capricorn, Saturn, but also kind of thinking about this dichotomy of how can you be the Pope and how can you be the devil at the same time. There's something about that I just find really mystical, and I think ancient peoples, all peoples, have been trying to figure out from time immemorial. So what I love about the fact that Capricorn being represented by both basically the Pope and the devil is that there's a dichotomy of the rigidity and the expectations, but also the ability to play and to have fun. And there's sort of no problem with that, in my opinion. I think that you can exist as someone who is an authority over yourself and your own foundation, but also someone who, you know, people don't mess with, people don't F with, and someone who can have fun and maybe be a little bit of a trickster. Why not? So that's really Capricorn energy. And if we're thinking about the astrology of the moment, of course, we might all be feeling that Venus retrograde with Mercury retrograde also coming. Oh my goodness. I've definitely been feeling it, you know, especially with Capricorn season. It's like we're, you know, this is a time to be thinking about that budget. And it's a time to be kind of thinking about love and how we receive love, how we want love. But what's also interesting is I think that it's important to look at the numerology of 2022, 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. We're in a 6th year. So we're coming into this year in the Venus retrograde. We're kind of being concerned about how it feels to be loved, but we're going into a year of love and of abundance. So very, very exciting. I think it's all really about how can we think on what we're doing and what we need, and then how can we basically manifest that into reality with that basically earthly Capricorn energy. More than that, you know, it's new moon, it's a time of new beginnings. We just had the beginning of the new solar year yesterday, and how beautiful that we now have a new moon cycle to go with it. There's a lot of harmony with sun and moon, the masculine, the feminine, the earth. The fire and the water, and the earth too is coming forward. And what's kind of fun is that actually there is some air. I heard earlier that there's Aquarian energy, and Uranus is also with us during this transit. I believe this new moon is actually having a very harmonious aspect with Uranus. So what does that mean? That means that not only are we thinking about kind of the expectations of society, but we're also kind of with that devilish energy thinking about right now what it means to be our own unique self and to step into the Aquarian age in a way. I feel like we've been in the Aquarian age a lot. I mean, last year we had 2 full moons in Aquarius, an actual blue moon in Aquarius. I feel like with everything that's going on, you know, and of course, take my words with a grain of salt, with your own understanding, your own knowledge of what, you know, spirit is saying to you. But definitely there's something new in the air, and something new that I only hope can be harmonious for us all. With all of that said, this is really about the time to think about creating a stable and solid foundation for our dreams to live on. This is a fantastic new moon for manifestation and for supporting and encouraging ourselves to kind of just release restriction, to find liberation, and to be in our new awakening, our new rebirthing, our new full self without any of the limits of the past. With that being said, this is a great time to be receiving support, to be receiving care from your guides, your ancestors, excuse me, and other aspects, basically. And I think that this is really the space for us to go into this year as the reborn self. So, just making sure, I think that's everything that I have. So all I can say is let's get into it, and let's allow for that Capricorn Saturn ambition to come through. I will be inviting you, if you like, to work with the Ninurta energy, but again, we'll also be calling in the Moon Mothers, Hecate, Artemis, all those wonderful women that watch over us. And finally, before we begin, if you haven't already, now is the great time to get any tools, any crystals, any wands, any essential oils, any notebooks that you might want for this session, so that if you're receiving downloads, you can program your tools with the activation that you're receiving. As I mentioned, if you don't have anything, that's okay. Hands are tools, you know, just be with who you are and where you are. But if you want it, it's there. Finally, without much further ado, we're going to have the 2 meditations with a break in between. I ask that you stay muted during the break. to respect where everyone else is in the meditation. So basically, we'll stay muted and then we'll all come off mute at the end. The first meditation will be kind of a clearing, and the second meditation will be practice in dismemberment, which is not meant to scare you. That's why I'm telling you ahead of time. This is kind of an ancient shamanic practice and tradition of allowing ourselves to be fully purified by kind of allowing the whole body to just kind of be taken apart and be released. This was often used even in ancient Egypt with a practice of Sekhmet coming to you and devouring you as the lion. Saw someone mention Leo energy. So yeah, I feel like this is allowing yourself to be just devoured by spirit so that you can be reborn again, which just feels like it's the right time. It's New Year's, it's the new lunar cycle. So if that feels safe for you, I invite you to stay until the end. I think that you receive the full download if you can stay until the end of the second meditation. However, it's all what's in your comfort, in your place of safety. Know that I've got you. Know that there's everything here for you to only succeed and feel healed and to feel that you are communing with your spirits. I'm only using my labels and terms to make it easier for everyone involved. So thank you again. Thank you to everyone who is here. Let's begin with the music, please. And for those who are ready, go ahead and get comfortable, sit down or lay down, and we will get started. All right. Let us begin with ourselves. Today is a resonance of the rebirthing of the world, a rebirthing of the sun, a rebirthing of the moon. In this time of rebirth and newness, we come and sit in the present moment, arriving in the now. All behind us ends today. And instead, we are coming into a new morning. Let us now all come together, breathing. When I say 9, we will breathe in for the count of 9. And when I say 9, we will breathe out for the count of 9. We will do this to come into harmony with each other, with the spirit of this space, with the spirit of magic in all things. 9, breathe in. And 9, breathe out. 9, breathe in. And 9, breathe out. And we'll do this about 2 more times to come into our own flow, 9, and 9. 9, hold it here, one final breath, and 9. We are under the early rays of the first moon, and above us she shines sweetly, illuminating our inner earth now. And we are in profile 2 with the mighty Saturn, with his many faces and names, protector of mankind, giver to the people of writing, farming, strength, power. We are now allowing for our own earths, our bodies, the great rest that we deserve. Let's take another breath in this new energy with these cosmic alignments above around us to really ground in to this ceremony, to this moment. Breathing in 9, and 9. One more, 9, and 9. Today our rooms are our first lunar temple of healing and of spiritual opening and awakening. We are both in the present and moving through many dimensions. Reality is becoming holographic, and our mind sees everything, sees reality for what it really is. We see that our room is our temple, our bodies are our altar. The third eye is opening, and we are coming into our high priestess, priest self, sorcerer, priest, priestess under the great Saturnal new beginning. Allowing now for great and soft healing so that our spirits can move through this ceremony as the clearest and most true self. In this moment and in all moments, divine under the great spirits. If you would like to, you may put your hands anywhere on your body that you would like to fully relax into as we begin to focus on the resting and clarity of self. We rest the feet. We rest the legs. We rest the hips and our bottom half. Just letting it come into a little bit of peace. We now focus on resting the stomach. And resting the heart and the shoulders. Relaxing any joints, relaxing the arms and the wrists and the fingers. And now relaxing the throat, the face, and the scalp. We're taking time to check in with the nerves in the body, seeing what feels sensitive, what feels nervous. Are there any light bulbs blinking on their last legs? Right now, simply listening. We also take time to see what feels strong, what feels clear, and what also feels set in its ways. As we are tuning in to our inner earth and finding the rhythm of our spirit, taking in this mental check and simply listening. We are understanding the dichotomy of self, bringing compassion and understanding now to our hearts, to our physicality. Through our body, we feel our true nature. And right now, we allow ourselves the practical understanding that as beings on this path of self-knowledge, we are always learning lessons, and there is no shame in that. We allow ourselves to understand the great unconditional love of the divines. Whether this path was chosen for you, whether you were chosen for this earth, or whether you chose this path yourself, hold your center now and allow your energy to radiate out with no extra emotion, no extra push, with no effort. Your energy expands and all the murky lights are shining and turned on. We allow ourselves to be on like a light switch, not stifling the self anymore, removing the old hang-ups and the worries and the concerns held in the body. We are illuminating, fully existing, without concerns of perception or judgment. Welcoming and radiating positively charged energy that is ours and has a right to exist. We are holding space for the center and existing at the center. Existing in the altar of our experience, our bodies. We do not put the well-being of others above our own any longer. Instead, our boundaries, our energy are strengthened and grounded. Grounded through our feet, grounded through our flesh, with the knowledge that you are always perfectly you. And you are learning every day. You are learning every day to trust your instincts and to see how these lessons fit in to your divine self. So let us now take time to also ground down into the stomach. We are bringing in the earth energy into that fiery bundle of nerves and mind self that lives in the stomach. If you'd like to work on a different area that feels safer, that's okay too. But a place that is your power, now ground into those nerves in that minded self. We are grounding into our power with perfect comfort and alignment. And that is the focus for the rest of this meditation. Sometimes we are asked to give away our power. Sometimes we are encouraged to conform or to change or to be any other than our full self. But as we are grounding into the power of the stomach or the power of the feet, let's say, if you'd prefer to work there, we are grounding into allowing for old patterns to break, grounding into our unique and divine power, Aquarius through Capricorn, through Saturn, through the thunder. And we hold our center so that we may accept that innate value and worth, our right to exist and thrive and accept love that created us. Earth energy, fire energy, lava, volcano, Madame Pele. We honor the beauty and energy of our power, knowing that we are the Hierophant to our own powerful experience. And we are the devil, the trendsetter, the playful fun. As you choose to accept that, if you do, knowing that we can be earthed in our power, with gentle love of the earth's consciousness living in our stomachs, gentle compassion, gentle patience. And I will send you now some healing, some Reiki for your divine alignment. I'll begin with the smoke. Using that which is holy to my teacher, to the people of this land. We also honor the pheasant. Blessing you, blessing you. Connecting the earth and the fire, connecting the power so that you may hold it instead of tension in your shoulders. Calling you in. Calling you now. Sending you healing of fire, quartz, clarity, clarifying through blood, through hematite, through the body's pathways. Blessing your expansion and your grounding foundation into your power. Blessing your body's grounding. Blessing your abundance, your new beginnings. Blessing you with the purity of the selenite wand. Brushing you now. Brushing you. Brushing you. Sending you new lunar self, new psychic self, new emotional self, new gentleness from this new lunar cycle, the balance with the new solar cycle, rebirthing and birthing through the selenite. Sending you now any final blessings, final Reiki activations, downloads, expansions that are meant only for you to receive, to your heart, to your stomach, to your feet, to your hands, to your head, to your psychic vision. The energy moving round and round in vortex, healing you and blessing you. One final with the alchemy of this quartz cluster, adding in the final blessings for your golden self, creating within you your own immortal spirit and life. One final spray. May it all rain down on you and bless you. We are releasing all the rejections, all the criticisms, releasing the inability to grow. We are releasing the learned behaviors of having to limit ourselves for someone else. No more negative self-talk limiting us. Instead, let the power of the moon, the power of Capricorn rain down upon you. We welcome in a reliance on our confidence, and we reclaim the truth of our power now. We reclaim the truth of our power. We reclaim the truth of our power, and we welcome in the reliance on our confidence as we reignite the stomach's flame, the magma self. And now, in this resplendent moment between the moon and the earth, we open to that great vibration of Saturn, of Capricorn, welcoming in our ambitions, our persistence, our perceptivity, our sensitivity, and our practical. Bringing in appreciation for the goat who climbs mountains. Welcoming in a space in our lives for the appreciation of our power that is as deep as our appreciation for the element of earth under the moon, under Saturn. Tuning in now to any final spiritual or psychic communications and emanations of the earth element in our visioning space, We receive all the blessings we need to understand our genuine worth deep down in our bones. We tune in to our perfection. And now we allow for our room to turn back into its physical space as we return to take a break after our first meditation. We will have about 2 minutes of contemplation. You may take some notes. You may speak to each other in the chat. And so we will begin our second meditation shortly. Thank you all so much for being here, and I look forward to tapping in further to Capricorn and Saturnal energy in a few minutes. And again, I'm here if anything is coming up. You can speak in the chat, DM me, whatever you need. I'm here. Okay, let's begin the second music, please. If you are still in meditation, or if you are instead having your break, now's a good time to get comfortable again. Get your breath back together, get yourself back together. All right. Let's return and begin again with the breath. We will again do, when I say 9, we breathe in. When I say 9, we breathe out. To realign, retune ourselves, to reset. 9. 9. 9. 9. We'll do this twice more. 9. And 9. We can let the breath come back to normal. Now, under this new moon, in this new year, we are welcoming a breath of fresh air. With planets in retrograde, so much to examine, a world around us with so much to contemplate. We are readying ourselves now for a recreation under this new moon. And welcoming our empowerment. For even as we have created versions of ourselves before, today we are creating once again. We are allowing the tides of time to allow for our rewriting of our story. For we understand that growth and process takes time. Sometimes it is overnight. Sometimes it is not. But tonight we ask the great powers of Saturn, of Capricorn, to examine us, so that we may act from a place of blessings as we invite in change, and so that we may be taught by the sacred power of the universe. We welcome now the magic of the moment and begin our path into the creation of our new reality, our new self, our new way of being under this new moon in Capricorn. Before we begin the ceremony, let us tune in now to our psychic eyes, to our third eyes, as we move into the trance of our ancestors, the Seder, the mesmerization of spirit that will allow our visions to be opened. We now look up into our skulls, or put our focus into our forehead. Our eyes now at the brow. Take some time to sit in the brow's mind. You may want to open your eyes ever so slightly or keep them closed. And pause and breathe. Breathe with this. Now you will bring attention to the back of the head, to the place where your spine meets your scalp. The nuka, the bindu chakra, the back of the third eye, the seat of your unconsciousness, the place where opinion of you is held, and where your dream weaver lives. We breathe and we open this place. We open our visions. We open our sinuses. We open our minds. If anything comes to you now, allow for that vision. We are breathing and we are opening up the dream trance, the seder, the mesmerization of our witchiness, our sorcery, our shamanism self. Taking a moment as we connect into the magic of our vision. And as we are sitting in this perspective, we begin to allow our energy to spin, opening to the energy vortex of the universal light force. We are welcoming in our mastery at the spirit level of the universe, of the energies around us. We are tuning into spirit and allowing spirit to be tuned in to us. Spirit movement through visioning self. The mind whirls, and we are in trance, removed of attachments, simply focusing on mind and breath, heart and feet, grounded in our magic, as the spinning of our minds has us like dervishes spinning through space and time. I will now offer my prayer so that we may move through this awareness into a new place, a new download under this astrological alignment. I will begin with my own prayer, and then I will call in your guides and finally mine. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. I call in the 7 directions. I call in the north. I call in the east. I call in the south. I call in the west. I call in the above. And I call in the below. I call in the heart at the center and offer my humble gratitude for this space, which is created at all angles from spirit. I call in your guides, your ancestors, your animals, the cats, the dogs, the birds, the lizards, the fish, the amphibians, the plants, the waters, the holy lands, the stars, the planets. And I call in my guides, Mother Ishtar, Venus, Aphrodite, Durga Ma, Shakti Ma, Kali Ma, Hecate, Artemis, Guan Yin, Gilgamesh, Enkidu, Freya, Thor, Odin, Enki. And finally, I call upon Saturnal energy. I call upon Ninurta, Ningirsu. I call upon the great warrior. And I call upon as well Diabolos, Baphomet energy, Shaitan, Saturn, the coyotes, the jackals, the serpents, if you choose to work with this aspect as well. Calling in the leopards, the jaguars, the tigers, the lions. Calling in the jackals. Osiris, Isis. Hathor, Sekhmet, Bast. And Thoth, Hermes, Mercury. And the moon. I offer my prayer now, Father Saturn. This prayer is from Babylon. Words of the ancients spoken now in the present. O King, storm of majestic splendor, peerless Ninurta, peerless Saturn, possessing superior strength, the indefatigable spirit hurling yourself at the rebel land, heroes striding formidably into battle, Lord whose powerful arm is fit to bear the mace, Sharur reaping like barley the fruits of this earth, Ninurta, king, sun in whose strength Jupiter rejoices, who carries the rainbow tiara, flashes like lightning, whose great strike is like thunder, dragon who turns on himself, strength of a lion, roaring hurricane, exalted above all, hero of great battles. With awesomeness your shadow extends over our lands. Keeper of the stones, keeper of the wild bull, keeper of the warriors, keeper of the hematite, keeper of the thunder, keeper of Saturn, we hail you. As we tune now back into psychic vision, forehead and back of mind, whirling, our whirling minds now, allowing us to fly and spin up and away from this room and into our own orbit. We are like iron meteorites and comets, beginning our journey into the unknown. We fly through the skies, traveling through the earth, flying at great lengths, moving through perfumed air and clouds, moving away from the physical reality so that we can be in spiritual reality, passing through the tunnels of the spirits to get to our destination. We are coming upon very old lands, old places, places that understand what it is like to be born and reborn again. This may be a mythical place like Atlantis, maybe a place of your ancestors, or it may be the river valley of Babylon between Tigris and Euphrates. A place ancient, a place of farming, of community and friendship. Wherever you go, may it be a place of peace. Above us, the sun, the moon, the stars, Saturn. Below us, the earth. Saturn, whose rings are made of crushed and shattered moons, who could not handle the pressure. Saturn, ruler of Capricorn, whose astrological sister is Cancer, ruler of the moon. There are dreams upon dreams and power upon power in these dreams to be found here. We hear now around us the rushing sound of horses and a great chariot. There's great golden light coming to us in flames. We see in this chariot the great warrior Ninurta. If you would prefer, you can commune with your guides around this chariot, the mothers of the moon. But with us is also the great warrior Saturn, carrying his mighty mace Sharur, the power of the great spiritual survivor of all things. With these great moon mothers of the moon, Diana, Artemis, Hecate, your guides, your animals, all holding their hands out now to you, so that you may join them and if you choose to, this chariot takes off. So that all may be put into place. You are finding that you are being readied to become resonant with the authentic and new self created. We no longer have to be attached to shame or to concerns that our qualities are not up to par. We are always enough. And so we ride until we find ourselves at an ancient temple of our healing for this evening, coming upon it, noticing how it appears. If it is a pyramid, a ziggurat, a healing hut, could be a spaceship, it could be whatever you were meant to see today. Our entourage slowly gets off and helps you into the chambers of this place so that you may find your healing today. So that we may begin with the final sheddings of skin from the past year and into the present. We are welcoming you now into your final dismemberment, knowing that this is not about pain, but instead about the full release of energy in your body, so that you may be reborn anew. Your body is laid down lovingly so that the ceremony can begin. We are now prepared, we are now ready. Each of our limbs will be removed and sent to a new location. There will be no pain as these pieces are buried, and as the earth will process your past for you, so that you may become reborn. Now is your time to be simply removed and purified of all that does not serve, fully and completely. Welcoming back your visioning, welcoming back your psychic spirit as we allow for this heavy cord cutting of the body's energy, of the past's energy in the body. Let our spirit be at rest, glowing in its power, grounded in its power, so that we may only experience the removal. We begin now with the right arm. It is removed by the spirits and sent to a place of healing. It could be buried in the ground inside this temple, buried on Saturn itself, buried in the river Ganga. Only you know where it is sent, as the shadow energy leaves you and is removed. And now your left arm, it is removed by the spirits and sent to the place of healing. It could be the same as before or a new one. Your shadow energy leaves you as it is removed. We move now to the right leg. It is removed by the spirits and sent to a place of healing. Your shadow energy leaves you as it is removed. Now your right leg is removed by the spirits and sent to a place of healing. These can be the same places or totally different places. Your shadow energy leaves you as this is removed. We now turn attention to our heads, which turns to sand and dust particles. Disappearing into the night. You may watch from your spirit as the sand disappears, or you may simply know that it is gone. And finally, we come upon your torso. This torso will be cut in half, opening your energetic center now and turned over so that you may lay on the ground and all your heavy energy of the past is soaked into the earth. Your blood melds with the hematite in the ground. Ninurta's hematite, iron upon iron, earth and body structure, achieving a crystalline form together, melding and melting into the earth to be processed, to become one with all that goes through the wheel of life and death, the many cycles of all existence and nature, to be born and reborn like the leaf that falls from the tree. And as your body is sinking into the earth, Ninurta reaches for your back, Saturn, or perhaps the moon mothers, your ancestors, your guides. Reach into your back and pluck one seed right at the center of your spine. A seed that is picked as a container for your spirit. And as it is pulled and plucked, your tension releases. The year before you is left behind. And we take this moment now to accept its passing. From this seed eye view. We understand that there is still so much life and potential left, all kept in this small one seed. The past is over and you are here now. And that seed that is you is held very softly in the hands of Saturn and the moon mothers, cradled gently, cradled and coddled and loved, looked at with great affection as the divine parents give you now a new love as your own seedling inner child. And only when you are ready, they will place your seed back on the earth that took your body and gently place soil above it and water it. with that great love of your inner child, your new growth, happiness for your new potential, and full energetic support from the incredible divines. They allow you now to grow upon the foundation of that which came before. For we do not have to resent the past or hold on to grudges that are poison in our system. Instead, we are held deeply by the earth, by our own foundation, and we grow, ready to blossom into something new, cared for by the spirits above. And this seed now under the earth is becoming a cocoon, wrapping us in warm silk. We are held cozy and comfy, like a child tucked into our blankets. And here we gestate, and we are ready for the year to come. The silken cocoon is a place for us to make plans for our lives as we listen to the thrum of the earth and receive our blessings. The earth holds us, the spirits above cultivate and water us. We are infants in the great earth and moon mother's wombs. With great love from Father Saturn, we are making peace and harmony of the full entirety of the cosmos, and using this as our foundation for our future. May we never lose track of how to love and appreciate ourselves, of how to love and appreciate communion and happiness. May we always bring in compassion, understanding that we can visualize, express, and create our new future, our new power, our new foundational reality by growing and rewriting our story as many times as we need to, allowing us for a liberation from all that did not serve, and receiving a final blessing, activation, download in your cocoon of rebirthing under the new moon. Noticing if you see any symbols or gifts in this new growing self, tips or tricks for your next illumination for the upcoming 2020 numerological 6 year, receiving all the manifestation of abundance and love that you need for your greatest success. And our cocoon now is cracking. We are becoming reborn. Reborn as a thing of beauty. The butterfly, the lunar moth, the self. The moon goddess is now shining down upon us and blessing us, giving us offerings and activations, giving us the ability to grow in the year to come, so that from head to toe in this beautiful being, we sparkle with the silver and gold of the moon. Our psychic vision is blessed, our magic is blessed, our healing is blessed. The grace and beauty of the self is blessed as we are grounded too in our identity, in our self, in our soft power, in our compassionate power, as well as our boundaries, our hard work never going in vain. We are the enduring warriors, here in celebration of our many successes and hard work. Saturn Inerta takes us in his hands one final time, and from this gentle lunar butterfly moth, we grow goat horns as a great crown above our heads, a symbol of our ability to live in play, in accordance to our own traditions, our own unique selves, as your gentle self, as your beautiful self, on your own foundation, in your beloved way, with loyalty to you first. You are offered now a final bag of many seeds meant for you to plant this year. Plant, inviting you to know that your work is never done, but that also the abundance of all things and your foundation are unshakable. You will always have exactly what you need, and you are never alone. You are always beloved by Source, as your true, unique self. I offer a final prayer now. The light of the moon shines bright above us and within us. We pray that Mother Moon and Father Saturn grace us with renewed spirit, bringing calming energies to our heart and minds. We heal under the glow of the cosmos, unite under the fullness of energy deep into our souls. May we shine ever so bright. May we be abundant always. May we have the love, health, wealth, and joy that we deserve in every step. Amen. Blessed be. With a fond farewell now, we may part ways with the beings that we came into contact with today, as this butterfly slowly flying back through the skies and returning to this room. When you are ready, blessed always.